So this is my logbook for week 5 of Sad Club. Quick overview what we did. So this week we did Fia's scene, Stacey's scene, and we sort of like put it together and what was going to happen in it and what people were doing in it. We did the opening and closing song. We are so happy, which is the same as the closing song, but obviously there's a bit at the end where it says we're not in the club. There's an extra bit for that. We also did, Deb told us about this emoji pictures that we were doing in the opening song, which I will explain about. And we also did some more character development for David, which I'll talk about and how my character is developing. Okay, so, Fee scene. How did I feel that went? It went good. Me and Rail, we just used a big cardboard like block at the moment. Cardboard piece just to use as the door, so we get used to holding it, moving it to the side of the stage and getting back into that scene as soon as we can. So that was good. A weakness of mine was trying to quickly, me and Rail moving out the way so the scene could start and you can see everyone popping out from behind the cardboard door, and how we were going to show that and how we were quickly going to get back into that whilst moving it and then get back into the scene. So yeah, that's my. I also how we will do that in slow motion. So we obviously everything is slow moved. There's bits where people are drinking, people are dancing, simply being sick. So we sort of added all of that into there, and we watched. I watched a video from I forgot what it's called now. Skins, that's it. And so Debs gave us that video, and that helped us have an insight of what she wants it to be like and how like mental we want it to be on the stage. Yeah, so that was good. So, talking about the opening scene, I can talk about my voice, obviously singing. My voice is developing much more now. My breathing exercise, I've been doing them a lot, so I think that's been helping a lot with more breath control when I'm singing. And the closing song as well, obviously they're the same. So my voice is very good. The research I've done for this week for my voice is that the fact that having my exercise plan, my voice exercise plan, doing obviously one of them is breathing exercises, it's helped me perform better, it's helped my tone be better, it's helped my projection be better. All the skills, voice skills you can have, is breathing is one of the main ones that has helped me a lot. So doing that is like a really big key for me. So Deb's introduced us to it about something called these emoji pictures, where we're gonna have a stick with emojis on it, and in the opening scene, where it would keep changing between happy and sad, she wants us to we are so happy, and holding the stick with the emoji on it and keep flicking between the two so that the audience can see that we are very sad, but we're not showing it, sort of thing. So we're showing we're sad, but we're showing we're happy, sorry. But we are actually sad, and Des wants the audience to see that and how we're going to develop that and how we're going to make that much better. I've also here what did I take out of that and how did I find it. So what I found out from it, that it's very obviously you've got to make sure we've got to hide the sticks from the start. So I thought it's going to be quite hard because we're coming on, we're doing some movement, and then we've got to hide those sticks, and then because they get out at a certain time in the song, and then we add them out. So I thought like that's going to be a struggle to try and get them out, but it was actually fine. So I did research of how so again, the research, I did some research of feeling, I did some research about anxiety, and anxiety is something that a lot of people, is the main sort of key talking point at the moment, if you could say, and people talk about it a lot, and I think people don't like to talk about it in person. Not a lot of people say anything, so if they watch a performance, they don't have to say anything, but they can really take in what's happening. So I think that's the main research that I found out this week, and I find out about that's definitely like the style is like depression, anxiety, and just feeling blue and just low. Obviously we've already made like a couple of weeks ago is feeling blue, but just you got to keep relating when you're performing to relating back to that, and we want to change someone's life. I took something from that and thought, okay, I've watched this and it's actually made me feel better about myself. It's made me feel like, oh, actually I can talk to people, or actually I can suggest to do this when I'm feeling low, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that again that comes with characterization. So characterization here, how are you developing your character? Very well. Obviously did hot seating, perfect for developing my character. It's one of my favorite things to do. Obviously that helps out with like doing hot seating is sort of the main key to developing your character. So I do it a lot, and just even if you keep doing it over again, people will ask different questions, and you find out more and more about your character. Okay, what techniques are you using to explore your character? Again, obviously the technique I'm using is hot seating. That is the best way to develop it. That's the exercise. I chose this because, like I said, you can find out more that you didn't find out before. Yeah, so, and how am I going to apply these to portray your character? Obviously, I'm going to use it to portray my character, because David feels blue throughout the like the most of the play. Like, sorry, not most of the play, but like through the halfway through. Sorry, just turn that off. For the end of it, he's feeling very blue, and it ends not the nicest. He ends with his girlfriend leaving him. Obviously, there's a bit after where the chorus come on and they say like how I'm going to cope with it and how I'm not alone and all this kind of stuff. So it's a nice ending, but it's good. We also had an idea Debs told us today. So the box is going to be yellow, no, not yellow, red fairy lights, and she's then when Dee leaves me in the scene, it's going to turn blue. So the audience will see that that's how I'm feeling inside. And we want to really show that to the audience and have a real special connection there. Yeah. So next heading is interpreting text. So what discoveries have you made about the text? I made that text is very it's about an hour long now. Debs has told us that's without like all the movement, or that it probably might be a little bit longer. So obviously we've explored so far the themes of the play, the plot, the characters, the style of play, all the practitioners. So yeah, the plot obviously is how to deal with stuff when you feel low. The characters, obviously, they're all sort of different in their own way, and how they're going to cope with it, if they're popular or not, it doesn't really matter, everyone's the same. And the practitioners. So again, Fear and Misery, going back to Fear and Misery, we used Brecht a lot. This play, Sad Club, we are using Stan the Man a lot, because we felt like we want to explore Stan, and our main talking point was around Stanislavski and how we can develop that as a thing. Okay, so choosing skills and techniques. What practitioner? Obviously, I just talked about practitioner. And what have you done in your own time to improve, like, the rehearsal? So in my own time, I improve on the checklist. You can see all that. I'm getting up earlier. I'm preparing my day. I'm preparing my stuff for the day throughout it all, and doing all that. So everything is developing over and over again. Yeah. So that one was good. Obviously, responded to feedback. I got told I was doing the wrong sign on my box step, so we did change that. But everything I responded that very well, and I worked on that point. So I've written down that I need to work on that for next week. Yeah, and the feedback Debs gave us all is like, especially me when I did my monologue last week, I need to be more protective. Yeah, so that was a logbook for week 5.